welcome to another movie review. Today we'll be taking a look at Overcomer. Overcomer is the sixth movie from the Kendrick Brothers, who have been popularly known for their 5 previous movies, all great movies. I'm talking here about Flywheel, Facing the Giants, Fireproof, Courageous, and War Room. These are all great movies that I strongly recommend that you watch. One remarkable thing about the Kendrick Brothers is just how far they've come from the days of Flywheel. I mean, this is a group that started in the church and has grown into blockbuster status while retaining the Christian core of their stories. Their last movie, War Room, was such a blessing and became a box office hit to become the 4th highest grossing Christian film in the United States as of April 2019. And because of this, their next movie was eagerly anticipated. After searching through for a few years, last year I found out that they had a movie slated for release in August this year titled Overcomer. So you may ask me, how was Overcomer? Well, I would say that Overcomer was long overdue and that the years they took in crafting this story were worth it. I mean, this movie is a deeply spiritual, highly impactful, and an entertaining movie. The story is about John Harrison, played by Alex Kendrick, whose life changes overnight when his high school basketball team's state championship dreams are flushed down the drain of unexpected news. When the largest manufacturing plant in town suddenly shuts down and hundreds of families begin to move away, John has to come to grips with the challenges facing his family and his team. Urged by the school's principal, played by Priscilla Shearer, to fill in and coach a sport he doesn't know or like, John is frustrated and his worth is put into question until he crosses paths with a student struggling with her own journey. Unlike most of their previous movies, Overcomer begins a little bit slowly and steadily builds its story. At a point in time, I was afraid that this movie would be boring, as though that could ever happen. But then it springs to life and goes on such a crescendo that it reaches its zenith just at the end of the movie. The story is well crafted, and as you watch it, you begin to really feel and care about the characters and get emotionally invested in them. The movie addresses a matter that is basic yet essential in our faith in God. I'm talking here about identity. I feel that identity is so important that if it is not settled, a Christian would not be able to fully key into the abundant life that Jesus came to give us. Even when Satan tempted Jesus, it was a question about his identity. If you were the Son of God. The first time I watched this movie, I had to pause it halfway and then think and meditate about my life and who I really am in Jesus. This movie raises questions that, if answered, would refocus our direction if we've got it wrong in any way. The introduction of Thomas Hill as a character into the story was a masterful stroke. He subtly drives the deep and high points of this movie. The actors were all good in their roles. Hannah Scott, played by Anne Wright Thompson, initially looked like there wasn't much acting on her path, but that was due to the fact that the narrative during that period was yet to really link her up with Coach Harrison. When she eventually does, she gives a worthwhile delivery of lines and a good performance. She very well portrayed a reserved girl with a heart for Jesus Christ. The end of the movie delivers a moment that will cause you to skip a heartbeat. I mean, when I was watching it, I literally stopped in my tracks. The movie is a really great one, and it delivers on its promise of being a movie filled with a powerful mix of faith, a twist of humor, and a ton of heart. Overcomer is a solid movie, and I was really blessed by it. Very soon I'll be uploading another video, the last video on this channel for the year 2019, and I'll be letting you know my top 10 gospel movies of this year. Till then, stay blessed.